Hello, welcome to Relatable on the Go. This is your host, Teresa Freeman. On the Go provides real advice and real insight from real industry experts in just 15 minutes or less. Enjoy this episode and please click subscribe so you can have access to our latest content. And as always, be sure to stay connected. In this episode of On the Go, I speak with Marjorie Churchbourne, dear friend and school engagement director for the American Heart Association. Enjoy watching key highlights from our long-form interview on our TFA Soft Skills YouTube channel, or listen in on your favorite streaming platform. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so I am a school engagement director. Yes. Yes.
Fancy.
It is fancy. I have to say it with my pinkies out because it's so fancy. So school engagement director for the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association. It's the same. Normally we just call it American Heart Association for short. My territory is I have 18 counties or school districts that I work with in Virginia. American Heart Association has had school partner programs for almost 45 years, I think now. They used to be called Jump, Rope for Heart, and Hoops for Heart. They had a refresh and completely updated the program a few years back, and now they're called Kids Heart Challenge and American Heart Challenge. And so it's my job with American Heart Association to find what I call my heart partner, or Heartner for short, within every school within my 18 school districts, who will share our school engagement programs, help us get the information out to students, staff, families in the community about being heart healthy, about the way I summarize it is ways to be kind to your heart and others.
Why is this mission so critical to you?
We got to your house and I remember I was downstairs and my husband called down to me. He said, can you come upstairs? We got to go back home. So we did, but he said that because he got a phone call from my brother telling him that my dad had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So we got in the car and we were driving down. Unfortunately, there was terrible traffic, holiday time, and just that stretch of road is the good old 95. So it took a few hours. It shouldn't have taken that long, but it did. And we got a phone call before we could reach Fredericksburg telling us that my dad had passed away.
Yeah.
My mom passed away the same night, just a few hours after my dad, and so it really,
It's extraordinary.
yeah. So I realized I had a lot to learn. I had a lot to learn about warning signs. I had a lot to learn about stroke, cardiac arrest, heart disease, all of these things. There's something therapeutic about feeling like there's nothing we can do to bring mom and dad back, but maybe we can help other people keep those they love around longer and keep their hearts healthier. And so then I was, looking for something else, and that's when our wonderful friend Meg said, let's update that LinkedIn profile and really think about some of the things that you're, passionate about. And really that's where it started.
And then, like you said, it just sometimes when things are easy like that or they just happen, it's like, yeah, that was meant to be.
It was totally meant to be.
What are the good characteristics of someone in sales or fundraising?
Well, I definitely think it has to be, if you want to do it, in my opinion, it needs to be something that you are personally passionate about. I think, no pun intended, but I wear my heart on my sleeve. I always have. I've been that type of person my
Open
whole life.
wound.
Yeah, I'm out there, people. So love me or leave me. And I literally wear my heart on my sleeve every day on my t-shirt. I draw a heart and I write my Y on the inside. But personally, for me, one of my favorite characteristics in people is when they are sincere and genuine. And I don't have a problem, being open and sharing with them why I care so much about American Heart and Stroke. And it's beyond my wonderful parents and losing them. I mean, now I have so many whys.
Mm-hmm.
The families that I've met, the stories I've heard. To be successful in that area, it definitely has to be something that you are truly, sincerely passionate about. Like, Meg that day said, what of these organizations, do you connect to? And I checked that box.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to think about it. And then when I heard from them, I felt it. Like, it was like, this is, okay, yeah, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think you have to be honest with yourself about what you genuinely care about, why you're motivated to help and make a difference there. And then don't be afraid to share your why with others.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think when you are open and genuine and with others, it makes them feel more comfortable to share their stories with you. And then that's when you start to build those friendships and that bond and connect.
What is your favorite soft skill for success?
I see it in the schools and with the kids, like, those that stand out and seem to excel they will, they have no problem talking, and communicating well, asking questions. I don't know, there seems to be almost like a fear factor a little bit for speaking up, and I really don't know where that originates from, but from talking with all of my teacher friends that, I get to partner with in the schools, they always have some kids that just sort of sparkle and shine, and they're the ones that are, asking to help out, or that ask questions, that welcome the new kids to the class, things like that you stand out when you do that. Listen. Mm-hmm. And have a follow-up.
Yeah. And have a follow-up.
To show that you listened. Yeah. Oh, people want to know that if they see genuine interest from you, there's an immediate connection that's made. Everyone wants to feel listened to and appreciated, and but that's true. I mean, that is hard a lot of times. You're maybe a little bit more shy too. Yeah. Maybe you're just like stressing out over. We have some friends that are.
Yes.
Stressing out over having to have conversation and thinking, well, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? And my advice to them is, why don't you start with a question, and then if you really listen to the answer, that will lead you to the next question, maybe about what that answer entailed, and then before you know it, a conversation has occurred, and that true, back and forth, and that's where the connection comes from. So,
What advice would you give to young Marjorie?
Okay, so professionally, I would say, I used to say growing up, like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I don't know what I want to be. I still could say, I don't know exactly what I want to be when I grow up. I don't know. But I don't know that I certainly didn't know the job I had existed. And it didn't really occur to me, and it sounds crazy, but to think about something that inspires me.
I don't think that's great. I think a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
So I think it's really good. Yeah.
Sometimes you think, oh, well, work is for a job, is to help you pay for things. And and for some people it is. I'm very fortunate that I get to do something that inspires me every day. So, I mean, I would say take a minute, stop and think about that, younger Moogie. Because maybe I would have, started here even sooner. But then again, my path led me here, so that was my journey. But that is something to think about. And then just in life, younger Moogie, I would say, oh, don't sweat the small stuff and don't worry so much. And, I think, like you said earlier, we've always sort of been people pleasers. And I think I would say, do you like yourself? You do? Well, then just be you. And if somebody doesn't get it, well, then that's too bad. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. But just, be somebody that you believe in. And I mean, I have two. I think I told you before. I have two lists that I keep on my bathroom mirror, and the first is top 10 ways to stay young at heart, and the other one is top 10 ways to be a person of integrity. And I figure if I got those two things covered, if I can focus on those, then I'm good. And just be myself. And, and if who I am is not, doesn't work for somebody, then that's okay,
Yeah, for sure.
And, so be yourself. And yeah, I mean, I think, we've talked about this as we've gotten older. We think like, oh my gosh, I worried about so many things that just didn't matter.
Yeah.
And
in that scene in Bridget Jones, right? You're enough, right? You're just enough.
Yeah.
And worry about yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure you like yourself first.
Are you
doing the thing? I love that. Are you doing the things that matter to you to like if you don't like you,
right,
then no one else is going to. So you kind of got to start there. But if you are doing those things, then accept that love to yourself, and then other people react to that as well, for sure.
Marjorie, what are the key takeaways from this episode? Be somebody you believe in. Do something that inspires you every day. Don't be scared to stand out and make an impression. Don't sweat the small stuff. Be able to communicate and listen. Ask good questions to get to know others. Thank you for listening to this episode of On the Go. Don't forget to subscribe to the TFA Soft Skills YouTube channel. And if you want to hear parts 1 and 2 of this awesome interview, check out Relatable at tfasoftskills.com. Until next time, this is Teresa Freeman with Relatable on the Go. Stay connected.